typically when we, everybody in tons of industries would have some sort of a quality system that monitors the output of a process, whether it's cameras or some metric or chemical analysis or whatever that is, that tells him that this is how much, how good you're doing with your process, or throughput or yield metric or whatever that is, right? So if you take that quality metric and you're monitoring it over time, a lot of times, it's a very common use case that people wanted to monitor when things go wrong. Like you're not hitting your metric, you're below your metric, right? So traditionally, we would deploy a model that predicts or it monitors, right, real time, that KPI, right? And when it decreases or it increases, you get alerted, right? Likely, if it's a quality metric, if it increases, that's nice. You're actually doing well. But it alerts you typically when it actually crosses a lower threshold, right? That has been the case. Everybody's solving it this way. You can take that example that I said on quality and then apply it to vibration analytics, whatever that is. Anything that is changing in time, right?
Yeah.
And you as an end user, process engineer, automation engineer, operator, technician on the floor, you get notified to make a data-driven decision at the end. Something has gone wrong, go fix it, right? Up until now, that's classical. That's how it works. I get notified 2 a.m. This is what is happening. Go figure out what has gone wrong in the process. Now, when we deploy this, which is an actual active use case that is deployed for one of our customers, the quality monitoring, multi-agentic solution, you will get the monitoring piece that happens real time. And it's not a classical machine learning model. It's a self-adaptive that learns, real time, right? So that's a big difference, right? It's not a batch machine learning model that you take some historical data, you train it, and it understands the, from your historical pattern or patterns, and then it predicts, given that the future is going to be similar to the past. Well, what if the future changes? Like your process variables, you're now in a different operational space. You've upgraded certain equipment, you did some major changes in the hardware of the process, right? So you're no longer in the in the past,
Yes.
operational space. Now you're in a newer operational space. You know that classical machine learning is going to be, the model is going to drift, and it's not going to give you the good results that you wish for and that you used to get when you trained the model, right? So
Yeah.
our agent that actually does the more active monitoring, which is one of the many agents that I will mention now, it uses online learning. So it learns, and it establishes new baselines automatically. I don't have to interfere and intervene to actually teach it. So the machine itself is learning. That's one piece. The other agent that we have is an agent that understands your process. In our solution, our Quanta platform made by Facilis, we out of the box give as we speak about 23 specialized agents that understand about 15 different industries across continuous manufacturing and discrete manufacturing. So we'll give you this out of the box, right, that understands your process. And then we make it smarter when we add your standard operating procedures, manuals, you name it, your internal domain knowledge, right? We let it access those effectively. So you have that agent. And then you have definitely an orchestrator agent, a critique that understands the flow and what is going on with the two agents. So when you get a drift, it detects, like, for example, your quality has gone, below a specific threshold. It will, work coordinating with the domain SME, that agent that we have, we call domain SME, to get to some mitigation plan if it knows that, either from our basic agent or from your own documents. When you have an SOP that states, when this change happens, here are the actions that you need to take, right?
Yes.
And it will simply send you that 2 a.m. email still, or text telling you, Kudzi, this is what is happening, that your metric has changed it in a bad way that you
Yeah.
don't like. Your quality has dropped, or whatever metric that you set. And here are the actions that we recommend you should take. But that piece that I mentioned is not just from the domain, because what action do I need to know? I know that something has gone wrong. If I don't have an SOP that explains to me what to do, then what would I do? In our active deployment right now, the example that I gave you, we access the relevant upstream process variables. We have a number of other agents that do machine learning, and they look at correlations, they look at a bunch of them also do optimization, find the optimal range and whatnot. And they will tell you, here are the variables that have changed in the past, that we think have changed from the past when it was good, and we recommend that you should put them back to this range.
Yeah.
And now I'm moving from just an insight, and then the left is to the human to figure out. In a multi-dimensional problem, we know what manufacturing is. You can go bang your head against the wall for like weeks trying to figure out what has changed, what has led to that change downstream. And you're trying to run, give me that, a little bit of data from here, a little bit of data from there, and then you're trying to glue it and then run it in Excel, or run it in Minitab, or whatever
Yeah.
statistical package that you have access to. Given that you're a data savvy person, you wanted to get to the root cause of the problem.
Yeah.
And then we deliver those actionable insights to you at the end that you can act upon, right? Are they 100% accurate? In certain cases, they're very accurate. Yes, they're of high accuracy. In other cases, they 70, 80%, sometimes 60%. But guess what? They get you much closer to an actionable insight than ever before. So in minutes or seconds, I'm getting very, very close to an actionable insight that I can use and act upon, as opposed to the traditional route. And there are other use cases I'll
Great.
shed some light on.